Today I'm going to put an Asian spin to Southern barbecue. I'm doing barbecue pork dumplings. I shot a video yesterday, and that video will explain why this is a half a pork butt. This was a big pork butt, and what I did on that video was actually demonstrating a new bone saw I got, so I cut this up into pork steaks. I wanted to save a little bit just for this video here. And so I'm just going to do what I always do, and I'm going to take mustard as a binder. Get just a thin rub of mustard all over this bad boy. And today I'm using a rub from Suckle Busters. This is a Tailgater's Barbecue Party Rub. That's a really good rub. It's going to be great on this pork. And like I said, we're just making straight up Southern style barbecue. Real thick piece of meat, so put that rub on there pretty heavy. I'm gonna go ahead and finish this up. We're gonna let it sit here and just sweat in while we're getting the pits and spits adjustable flat top grill fired up. All right, we are at 225. I'm actually wanting to get this up between 250 and 275, more a hot and fast cook. Let's take a look at our fire here. We got us some B&B char logs, and we got us one stick of wood on there for smoke. That's doing just right. Even though this is called a grill, when you set it up like this, you're actually getting more of an offset style cook on this, similar. All right, let's close her down. Now for the long wait. This been going a few minutes, and I realized I didn't put a thermometer in this, so we're just going to raise the lid. I'm going to use my temp spike by ThermoPro. This is a wireless thermometer that will not only read the internal portion of the meat, but this end here reads the air around it. So I'll know what my pit's running, I'll know what the internal is on this meat. You got to take it all the way to that little black line right there. So we'll be able to monitor that, and I'll verify that, of course, with my ThermoPro Instant Read as well. By the way, if you're interested in this thermometer or any of the ThermoPro thermometers that you see me use week after week, I'll have a link in the description box where you can get exclusive discounts using my link. All right, we have been going around 3 hours applying smoke. Let's take a look at it. Oh yeah. Bark's getting nice and set up on it. I want to speed this cook up, so we're going to go ahead and wrap this in foil to expedite the cook on it. All right, I'll leave the thermometer in place, that way I can tell about what I'm running anytime I look, but our final determination will be done with a probe on an instant read thermometer just to see how tender we actually are. I'm gonna go ahead and close it down, but we are gonna stoke a few more char logs on this. We're not worried about wood at this point. Got all the smoke I need. Well, we are done. And I think this thing is really tender. I hope it is. We're fixing to find out. Oh yeah. Very tender. Look at that. Look at all that juice. All right, so I think we're looking pretty good right there. Got it nice and shredded. So I'm gonna go back with the same rub I originally used, the Tailgater's Barbecue Party Rub by Suckle Busters. The meat in the middle never got any seasoning. It's all on the outside. So now we just don't want to overdo it. Just put your light coat across there. Add a little flavor to the rest of it. Good enough. Going to give all that a good mix by hand. Mix it all in. So to start this dough, I'm starting off with 250 grams. Now you can use cups in this, and I'm gonna tell you why. If you use grams, use 250, but make sure you use a good high gluten flour. I'm actually using an Italian flour. This is what I use for my Neapolitan style pizza dough. And you want that high protein for just the structure of it. You want a good, tough, rugged dough. So 250 grams, and I've got half of that, 50%, which is 125 grams of water. If you use 2 cups of flour, use 1 cup of water. 50% hydration. We're gonna pour that in. Then we're using 1.5% salt, and that is 3.75 grams of salt. We just want to mix this up. It's going to be a dry dough. It's going to get real shaggy looking at first. And then we're going to put our hands in there and actually start forming this into a dough ball. When you use 50% hydration, it always looks like you don't have enough water. Trust me, it's enough water. It just takes a little while to fully hydrate. So I'm going to take my hands. I'm just going to knead this into a dough ball. It doesn't have to be a beautiful dough ball, just get it into some sort of a ball. The thing about it, you want to make sure you pick up every bit of this flour that's in there. That water I use is enough to hydrate all of the flour, not just some of it. You want all of it. So it might take you a few minutes, probably 3 or 4 minutes of kneading to get this dough ball. I'll be back. All right, so that's what you're going to end up with, just a rough looking dough ball. You don't have to have it real smooth or anything. The lower the hydration, the rougher it's going to look. That's just the way it is. But I want to cut this dough ball in half. I want to set this off to the side, put a damp cloth over it. From here, I just want to push this down a little bit, and we're just going to start rolling this out really thin. All right, that's starting to look pretty good, and that's only half of my dough. And you can always make as much of this as you think you're going to need, or better yet, you can buy these at the store that are already done for you. And when I say store, more likely an Asian store. So you take your cutter. By the way, I got this cutter and this all at the same location. It's called Amazon.com. And that's what it's made for. So you take one of these, just put it on your little mold here. Take a little bit of water, wet your sides where they'll stick. So we take us just a little bit of this pork. These are kind of tedious to make, and all it is like a little pot sticker, dumpling. Just a little bit of meat in the middle is all that is required. Just like that. Hold them together. There you go. There's one pot sticker ready. So I just want to put these on the table, and there again I'm going to keep a damp cloth on them until we're actually ready to cook them. So in a skillet, I just added about 2 tablespoons, 2.5 tablespoons. I got canola oil. You can use vegetable oil. You can use peanut oil. You can use avocado oil. You can use anything that's kind of more of a high temp type oil, grapeseed oil. All right, so I've got 7 of these so far, and I just want to go ahead and place them on this oil. It's not real hot yet, and it don't need to be. But all we're really wanting to do is caramelize the bottom of these. Get a little Maillard reaction, because you know what that means. That's always more flavor. Another method for cooking these is in like a bamboo steamer. I actually happen to have one here, and but I think the fry ones have more flavor. All right, so we're just gonna let them fry until we start getting some color on the bottom side of them, the color I'm looking for. All right, let's take a look, see how we're looking. Ooh, yeah, just like that. All right, we're gonna turn our heat down some. I'm gonna take some water, about 1/4 cup of water. Be careful, oil and water does not mix. Put a lid on it. Let them go about 3 minutes to finish cooking. All right, we are done. And by the way, this barbecue sauce you see right here. That is Bartolini's Raspberry Habanero Barbecue Sauce. I have used this before on a video. Excellent stuff. It just sounded so good to go with this. So, all right, one thing left to do, and that's just to do a taste. Let's see here. I used to know how to do this. Okay, let's use what God gave us. Here we go. Nice caramelized back on the back of there for all that added flavor. Here we go. Ooh, boy. Holy smokes. That barbecue sauce rocks. All right, I'm not one to double dip. Well, sometimes. Pour a little bit of sauce on here. Oh man. Well, I can tell you this. I've had a lot of barbecue in my past, but I've never had it with this kind of twist to it. An Asian Southern barbecue fusion. I hope you give it a try. Like I said, it's a little time consuming, but if you buy these pre-made, buy everything pre-made. If you got leftover pulled pork, you can really knock a lot of these out in a hurry. Perfect for, heck, it's perfect just to sit down and eat in front of a TV, but it's absolutely perfect for party situation or anything like that. Hope y'all give this one a try. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope I got your wheels turning a little bit. I'm Russ Jones with Smoky Ribs Barbecue.